self-love is selfish. You need to be selfish. This is something that as harsh as it may sound, I've kind of accepted over the past few years because I've always been seen as, I still am, a good person, good-hearted, big-hearted, whatever have you. But I remember never really taking the time for myself to do the things that I wanted to do, right? Or really like claiming it for myself. And this goes back to my dream. My dream, I've been discussing it, since I was a child, since I was a little boy. Like I always wanted to do it. And I always took the advice of others. I always took the influence of others. And I just got caught up in the wrong friendships and relationships. And when I look back on it, it's because I never really said to myself, like took a stance and said, no, I want to do this for me. And that's what I go back to. Like whenever I see you post, it's like, you don't need to always be posting you're with your friends. You don't need to always be posting that you're busy or doing stuff. You have no shame. Or you have the humility, I should say, in saying, oh, I'm, by myself today. I'm just doing my own thing, and you share that with the world because there are people that are maybe self-conscious about doing something like that. Or maybe they're insecure or unsure about being by themselves. They don't know if that's being alone or is that being lonely. And you prove to them that there's nothing wrong with having solitude. So yeah, that's just how I say it. I don't know why. I've been meaning to share that with you because again, I thought that was really cool. That you show that side. Yeah. Cause it's vulnerable, but it's honest, and that's what we're here on this podcast for, is to be truthful and authentic.
Yeah, that's what life is all about. And it goes back to acting, right? Like we just as human beings, or at least I do as a human being, want to connect. I want to connect. I see people. I know that people have been through something. And okay, if I'm being completely honest, like the other day, I was spending a little bit too much time on social media, which is always not a good place to not.
Yeah, I hate that. Your mind you just get lost. I know.
Exactly. And I like to, if I'm spending time on Instagram, I like to kind of gear it more towards how I can make my page better.
Exactly.
Opposed to mindlessly scrolling. But I was mindlessly scrolling, and it exacerbates anxiety, right? And so I just put my phone down, and I have this coffee table book that I love. It's called Humans of New York. I'm sure you've heard of it. The stories.
No, I haven't, but tell me more, please.
New York. Oh my gosh. Humans of New York is amazing. So there's this coffee, it's this guy, Brandon, like would go around. I remember when I was a teenager, it was a huge thing too. And people would post it on Facebook, and he would just take photos of people and write caption, like they would say a story about themselves.
Right.
And it's real and it's authentic. So I put down my phone and I picked up this book and I just started reading stories. And I was like, this is what I want to see. I want to connect to people. I want to see their actual stories. I don't want to open my phone up and see, oh, this is on Instagram. This person,
becomes redundant. That's my point. Is that becomes redundant.
It does. I want to see people, their real stories. I want to see people taking themselves out on dates because they've had to be there for themselves.
That's how you word it. Yeah. That's taking yourself on a date. That was so new to me when you posted something like that. I was like, oh, I never heard of something. Yourself on a date. Yeah.
Taking yourself on a date. Yeah. That's actually why that actor sent me that book, is because I told him I do this. And he was like, oh, that's what Julia Cameron talks about. It's artist dates.
Yeah. Or buying yourself gifts, right? Like I think you do that as well.
Yeah, I love to. I think that when I look back on my history and my life and everything, I'm still like young, but when I look back at my life, I'm like, I've had to pick myself up by myself in some very difficult things, and I haven't given myself enough credit for that,